We have 2 lasers from AP Lazer that we run 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. And today we want to tell you the 4 top reasons why we chose AP Lazer. Hi, I'm Rayanne,
And I'm Dwayne.
and we're Inoki Engraving.
10 years ago, my wife started glass etching from her kitchen table. We were limited to what we can do, and the orders that she had were flowing in, and we didn't really know how we were going to expand to the next level. Little did we know, she started researching. We've researched some different lasers. AP Lazer really stuck out to us, and that's why we took the plunge.
Yeah, and we want to tell you the main reasons why we chose AP and what it has done for our business since then. The first big reason that we went for AP Lazer was its open architecture design. This allowed us to use bigger products. Initially, we had looked into laser engraving because I wanted to be able to engrave glass faster. I didn't realize at the time that upon getting the laser, it would open up a whole new world of materials and opportunities of a bunch of different products that we could engrave. So I was no longer limited to just glass.
So we went from engraving glassware to engraving guitars to double headstones, and now we're even engraving as big as glass doors.
Patio doors. So I used to engrave these by hand. It would take me approximately 15 hours. Now with the open architecture, we move that table up and down. We're able to slide it right under, and it's done within, I'd say, an hour or so. So the open architecture has really been a game changer for us. The second reason that we went with AP Lazer was the community. I found the AP Lazer Before You Buy user group. I started researching lasers, bringing it to Dwayne, and eventually I reached out to a rep. I actually researched these lasers for almost 2 years before I actually purchased our first one. And I could tell right away from the users that were already using these lasers for years that it was going to be a reliable machine, and we knew that it would be an investment. The community itself, and then once you actually purchase the laser, you're invited to the user group that has so much information.
It's a fountain of information, and if you go on there, you ask questions, you've got reps, you've got different people that own their lasers that chip in and help you out. You can go on there and search different information. I haven't seen any other groups like this, so I got to say the community and the family that AP Lazer brings is amazing. So
it is. And recently we traveled to Orlando for a conference where we met the CEO, like-minded business owners, people that we have followed in the group for years, and we just kind of fed off each other. We learned from each other, and I feel like we all walked away with inspiration, and it was just really nice to meet the people behind the screen and the people behind the laser itself, and to know that there's a lot of exciting things coming with AP, and we're just so glad to be a part of it. Number 3 is going to be build quality and reliability.
we purchased our first laser 6 years ago. The only thing that I've had to replace on that laser thus far is a water tank and a belt.
In all honesty, I would compare our lasers to maybe a Yamaha snowmobile, because maybe you don't know it, but here we're in isolated Labrador. We still see Bravos that are like 30, 35 years old, and they last. Oh, they're good. So like if I had to compare our machines to another machine, I would say we have Bravos. They're Bravos, but they're AP lasers.
We run our machines 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, sometimes even longer. These machines are built to last, and they're top quality machines that will never let you down. So I got to say, it was the best decision that we've ever made.
They're definitely workhorses. The fourth reason that we went with AP Lazer was the 24-hour tech support.
Literally, I picked up the phone and 20 minutes later, they're calling you back. They won't let you go until they make sure that the issue is resolved, and you don't get that service anywhere.
No, I've waited with other pieces of equipment, printers, things that I've had up to a week, and you can't get anybody on the phone. You can submit a ticket, but then you have to wait. So you're down. With AP Laser, when we first got that machine, we had no idea how to even set up the bottom portion of it. There is the AP University. We checked out all those videos where we had one of the first 26 16s. There were no relevant videos on there. So we used tech support, I would say, multiple times a day for the first 2 weeks. And if we couldn't get somebody on the phone immediately, they were calling us back and walking us through the whole process. So a few years later, or 2 years later, when we got our bigger laser, the 4836, traveling all the way from where it came from to Labrador in the middle of winter, we set it up. We could not get it to work. So right away, we were on the phone with tech support. If it came finally to, after trying everything that we could with tech support, calling us back, trying their own machines there at the warehouse, we realized that there was a hairline crack in the laser tube. So tech support immediately sent us a new one, and within days we had that. Dwayne, 3 days coming to northern Canada. So Dwayne called, said, our tube is here. We checked it to make sure it was packaged so well. It got to us. It was perfect. So Dwayne called tech support. They walked him from how to remove the broken one without damaging anything in the laser, and then putting the new one in. So that is something that we have not had to replace since. We've been running that laser now for almost almost 4 years. We've never had to replace a tube in our initial first laser. So the only reason that one had to be replaced was because it was broken up on arrival. I blame that on the transporters, not the company. So tech support is always there, and not even just for the bigger issues like that. When we first got our laser, it is turnkey, but we actually didn't know how to turn it on. And yeah, so tech support will be your best friend, especially when you're starting out. And we're now almost over 6 years in, and sometimes we still call them, and they're still just as good as the first day. So that was our top 4 reasons for choosing AP Laser. There are so many more, but we're not going to cover that in this video. We wholeheartedly think that we made the best decision when we purchased our first laser a little over 6 years ago. The growth has been exponential for our business. Dwayne has come on full-time with me in the last few years. He had his own thing going on before. We've grown this family business from my kitchen table to having an online store. We do so much work with our community, and none of that would have been possible without AP Laser. So if you're in the market and maybe you're looking into purchasing a laser, we'd recommend definitely go with AP Laser. And in all honesty, go as big as what your budget allows, because I'm telling you, after we had our one, we found it really quick how fast it grew our business. And that was why then we decided to purchase the bigger laser, because we then had no limitations. So if you do have an interest, you can check out AP Laser's link. It'll be below. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, because we'll be back weekly with new content on how to master your craft and grow your business.